Yeah. Hang on one sec here. Okay. The voiceover is off on there, so.
How do we switch it?
Oh, I just turned it off. So you should be all set as soon as he comes on.
How does it, how do we flip the camera around?
That's a good question.
Oh, I found it. Cool.
Well, it's internet radio, so we'll be nice and video.
It's working.
I should have gotten my haircut too. It's too late. Hey, you there, Johnny? Is that guy joined us yet?
There's somebody here.
Hey, can you hear me, Johnny?
There's two guys.
Hey, can
You're
you
the
hear
only
me?
one voiced up.
Oh, he's not
voiced up.
Okay, so you are not. You are muted, Johnny.
Okay, testing. 1, 2, 3.
There we go.
Testing.
Yeah,
All right, there, you're good.
yeah, we can hear you.
Okay.
Let's see that real quick.
Okay. And you can hear me?
Yeah. So
Okay.
is this real?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much.
All right.
It's looking at you now.
Okay.
Turn the
All
phone.
right, thanks.
All right. 1 second.
Yeah, you gotta turn it around, Alan.
All right, folks. Good evening, everybody. How you doing,
Yes.
Johnny?
I'm doing fantastic.
This is awesome. Hey, listen, we're live at the Cornerstone Cafe on InnervisionFM.com.
Uh-huh.
And I'll just do a quick interview with the band Drifter and right between their sets here. And we'll go from there, Johnny.
All right, sounds fantastic.
All right. So we are live streaming on YouTube, on Facebook, and on a number of different platforms.
Twitter.
I'm going to go
Twitch.
ahead on and give this over to my film guy. There you go. I'm going to give this on over to my film guy.
Okay.
We'll go from there. And let's start with the leader. His name is Dan Cathy. We got, and you're on guitar.
Yeah, I play rhythm guitar and lead vocals.
Okay.
To my right over here is Jim Deany. He's the lead guitar.
Oh, Jim, and you're world renowned. You're on YouTube, and you've got some other things.
Pretty well known.
Yeah.
He's more than just a local guy. He's definitely
We do a lot of fingerstyle technique type stuff on YouTube.
All right. Who else we got with us?
This is our bass player, Rick Lara.
This is one of my best friends. I've known him for about 30 years.
Well, you're more
Been a
patient
long
than I
time.
am.
And who else we got?
You got Dave, but I don't know the drummer disappeared at the
Drummer disappeared. Get a good shot of that tape, man. He's got a stacked cymbal set. That's really fat, man. It's about 5 cymbals stacked, one on top of another on top of the other.
He gets nervous when he's under pressure. He wants to do it.
He's like, I gotta go. But just a few quick questions for the band. Where did you guys get your name?
Well, I had an original band with my younger brother. We were called the High Plains Drifters.
Yeah.
And we played for years around this area. He eventually moved back to Texas to help take care of my mom, who retired. And that's when I acquired the help of Jim. We were looking for another lead guitar player. And I didn't have to look any further than my next door neighbor because Jim lives right next door to me. And so he decided to pitch in and become one of the high country drifters. And recently, with this root conglomeration of hires, shortened the name to just simply Drifter to kind of encompass the way the band is today. But we're all good friends. We're all from similar music backgrounds and decided to throw it all into one mix and we became Drifter.
InnervisionFM.com, where we're featuring this band. Services, it helps out grassroots musicians, try to get their name out there a little bit, do some promotion, this kind of thing. The we reach the blind community. We reach everybody else. Hey, Dave. We got the drummer right there. The elusive drummer, Dave.
The drummer's always the most independent guy.
That's right. That's right. He's the backbone of the band, along with the bass player.
Well, that's what he
Where do you usually play? You're a local band, but
Yeah, we're all elderly fathers and grandfathers doing family stuff, so we all have jobs. We're all gray.
chronologically,
Look at all the gray hair. How can it be denied?
That's right. That's right.
Anything over 50 so.
That's right. That's right.
So, yeah, we pretty much play around locally for local establishments. Played a few of the local bars, some of the antler clubs like the Moose and the Elks and so on.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
We actually played no charge in here for our friend Miranda here at the Cornerstone Cafe. It's kind of a faith-based cafe, and so she has this supper night. We do the first Thursday of every month. We play for her for 2 hours for free, just to help out her team. So we love her for that, and we love to support the local business.
That's super awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to try to catch a couple of songs from their set. Let them take a little bit of a break, well-deserved break. They've been here playing for about an hour already, and come back and try to catch us up with a couple of their songs.
Thanks, Alan.
Thanks.
Thanks, Alan.
You still there, Johnny?
Yes, I am right here.
All right. So we're going to try to catch a couple of songs. There you go, Derek.
All right. It sounds fantastic.
I forgot. Clear face. Thank you.
Can't hold it and play at the same time.
What?
Can't hold it and play at the same
Oh,
time.
no worries.
Just leave it right there. That's Jim.
Okay.
Boys. One of our favorite Merle Haggard tunes.
That there's Band Drifter, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. Still with us, Johnny?
Oh yeah, I'm still here.
All right.
I'm just checking it out.
You guys have a good one, and I'm gonna go ahead and finish this show up here with my buddy. Thanks for letting me interview you guys.
Hey.
Oh, what a lot of fun this is. Let's see if I can find. All right, Johnny. So
Hey.
that's the Band Drifter.
Sounds good. Yeah, I was thinking like they were like a revival of the 60s, 50s group, the Drifters. But I said, okay, no, this is a little bit different.
Yeah, that's absolutely right.
All right. Well, how did you find out about these guys? How do you know these guys?
Well, these guys are my bass player. My roommate is a bass player, and so he ended up sitting in for a little while with them until their bass player got back from some. I'm not really sure actually, but
Yeah.
they're a really cool bunch of guys.
Oh, yes, they are. Definitely. That's wow. Yeah, so like a little bit of like rockabilly type of thing.
Yeah, they do all kinds of country, western type stuff. Some really neat stuff going on with these guys.
Okay.
They play first Thursday of each month.
Okay.
And,
Steady
that
gig.
kind of thing. Yeah. And I
Yeah.
guess they play all around this area, the Greeley area, the Boulder, Denver circuit, that whole scene.
And give the name of this location again here.
And we are live at the Cornerstone Cafe
in Berthoud, Colorado.
Berthoud, Colorado.
Yeah,
Wow.
and that's just north of, I would say it's northern Colorado area near Greeley, near Loveland, that kind of stuff.
Wow. You know, and I've been to Greeley and I've been to kind of close to Loveland, I think. Well, maybe I was in Loveland. A friend of mine had a house that she owned there, and when she left town, she wanted me to collect the rent.
I remember that.
Yeah, man.
That's interesting.
It was so funny. And the girl was just smiling at me and said, "Yeah, I'll pay the rent." And she never paid the rent. And so eventually we had to foreclose on her. But oh man, so you Loveland people are very lovely people.
Well, we do our best. There's an iHeart, or I guess it's like iHeart this and iHeart that. It started long before the actual like iHeart radio type stuff. There's different heart festivals dealing with Loveland. That is kind of a play on words there. So there's lots of cool stuff. We're not talking about Loveland Ski Resort, but we are talking about the town.
Yes. Very, very quaint and nice little town there.
Pretty cool.
Oh yeah. Like good old clean country living.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we just checked out the band, and ladies and if you want to be a part of this and you want to book your band and or come on the show as an artist, you can just contact us at info@innervisionfm.com. That's info@innervisionfm.com, and we'll get you on the show and check out your music as well. Yeah. So it's been an interesting day. Part of like business, like news for musicians. Before you start, like if you're recording your stuff and you want to send it out there, you should also maybe check it in on somebody's calling the office. I'll let my wife get that. You could make sure that you always copyright your stuff. You could copyright. Oh, are you still there, Alan?
Still here.
Oh yeah. Okay. You could copyright your album or your singles. You might want to gather up at least at least 10 or 15 of your singles, and then copyright them all in one work. And that's what I'm doing right now is with some of the artists as their record company. I'm paying for the copyright, so this stuff will be protected because we're gonna send the stuff out to Sirius Radio and things like that. But you also have to build a relationship with radio stations, with the DJ and stuff like that, because once you build a relationship, they're more likely to get your music played on their station. And it's all about building relationships and friendships with these with the gatekeepers of the radio airways.
It is interesting. There are indeed gatekeepers. They don't let just anybody into to crash the party. They do want to make sure that people don't try this at home, so to speak. Mm-hmm. But we do love to try to help people get a hand up, and we do, as I was talking about earlier, service grassroots musicians, folks that would like to try to get their name out there and that kind of thing.
And also, I gotta tell you this is crazy.
Okay.
Oh man, it went out of my mind. I was gonna tell you something. Oh yeah. So I was kind of I was checking in the Sirius and the stuff, and so they want a physical CD, right? So I know I could order huh?
People are still using CDs.
Yeah. So they want, and this is on their website. And so I'm saying, okay, let me go to Amazon because I think about 2 years ago, I got D'Angelo's on CD. I sent it to me myself, and they said we're out of units of CD. And I'm thinking like, what? Well, what do you mean you're out of units of CDs? I mean, just 2 years ago, well, 2019, I ordered this, and so I have some CDs here, so I may have to press them and do a kamikaze style and press them, press them myself. Or I have another place I can go to and just make a CD cover and send it forth. Now that I know how to do the metadata stuff.
That is interesting. That is very interesting. That's really cool.
Yeah, and I was telling my wife, like, I get up early in the morning and I start typing in the metadata because around this time I'm finished, right? Yeah. And the best time to do all that repetitious typing is early for me. I don't know about you. You're probably an early morning person yourself, right?
I get up around 4:30 or 5 a.m. usually.
Yeah, that's the best time to do that type of. So I get, I do my reading to get my day, get my mind sharp, and then I start typing, and I'm not the best speller, right? And so I was, just typing over, making sure I had everything right. And I had my wife her sound book. And I wrote fairy tale for children, right? But I spelled it like Fary instead of Fairy.
Right.
And I said, and then I caught it and I said, oh man, I gotta change all these because it was like 6 of them. And I had to go back and change, and it's like, that's what happens to people. Like, okay, 10% of us like know Braille. But I learned Braille a little bit later. Like you should really learn it when you go blind or whatever. But my parents thought if they mix you up, they can fix you up. And so when I got to be about 18 or 19, I said, well, maybe they can't fix me up. So maybe I should learn this Braille thing. So I'm not the best of speller. And thank God for computers and spell check and cut and paste. What a lifesaver. I used to carry around this big giant dictionary back in the day, Oh, and then if it's a Braille dictionary, it's even bigger. It's like volumes of books.
Oh, absolutely. I think blind people back in the day had to be pretty big, strapping individuals. We had to carry just everybody else. And boy, those books got awful heavy.
Yeah, so I say all that to say this: if you're teaching blind kids, even though there's talking computers and all that kind of stuff, I hope they're still, trying to teach the Braille, because that is important, to at least have those skills to fall back on.
I've heard as little as 2% of the blind community read Braille. That's 0.2%. And so it's not a very big percentage. And with the advent of modern technology, it ends up that statistic may be skewed a little bit, even from back in the day when it was, like I say, 2%. A lot of people use Braille displays that do read Braille, which is a pretty good way to go, because at least this way you don't have to pick up these big heavy Braille books. And,
yes.
Use USB cards and things like this SD cards or that kind of thing to store the data. So it's pretty cool that way.
Yeah,
takes heavy out of the heavy.
Oh yeah, definitely. So just thinking about like I don't know how we got into the Braille thing, but anyway, it was like it's just a matter of like using as many tools as you can to get things done. Oh, and I know why we kind of, because I was just talking about like the monotonous paperwork, and you never realize what a record company does until you become the record company yourself.
That's absolutely.
Then you read it, then you realize, a lot of paperwork. And I looked at all these songs. I had maybe 5% of the metadata in there, and then so now I'm filling up the rest of the 95%. That I said, how could I have not thought about this a long time ago when I was putting this out? Because I started putting out albums in 2000, well, 2001, and we just didn't do it. And it's like, I don't know what we were thinking, but better later than never.
Well, you don't know what you don't know until you find out that you don't know it. And, so that's why it's a very important thing to go ahead and have all the resources at your disposal.
Oh yeah.
That's what we're all about, is trying to get folks to be able to have the resources so that they could succeed. They could stand on the shoulders of success, as it were, and don't have to make the same mistakes that perhaps I've made in the past when creating music, because I'm a musician, whereas you're a producer. So, I come to folks like yourself there, and I depend upon folks like yourself to have that kind of knowledge. And for folks that are just joining us, you're listening to us on innervisionfm.com. Johnnie J is a film producer as well as a radio producer, and does what else do you do, Johnny?
Oh, let's see. Well, we teach the business of music. We teach podcasting as well, and we also book different events. Matter of fact, I was just talking to an artist today, D'Angelo. There was an event coming up on the 12th, and so he's a little bit. He's couch surfing, so he says, wait till I get something stable, and then we'll come back around to that. So, I'm just looking, and then he did have a recording studio before he became a couch surfer. So I was going to get him some revenue that way, but it is what it is, and we'll keep working with them and get them to another level. But we do a lot of and writing contracts. I also like to write contracts and read contracts, and it's always important. Like I said, never sign anything unless you have read it, and if you don't understand it, get someone who does understand it. And if the company that doesn't want to play around with that, then that something's up. If they won't want you to understand what's in that contract before you sign it. And like in that movie, Straight Outta Compton, they want to offer Ice Cube $75,000. Now that sounds like a lot of money.
Yeah, it does. It
But
does.
what if there was more money on the table, but they're just not saying that there's more money on the table, and they want you to go for this lower price, and you just have to play a hard game of poker or poker and or chess, and say, hey, wait a minute, if you wrote the majority of these songs or whatever, you say, wait a minute, you guys are getting fat off of me, and let's look over this deal, and it better be something in there that says this is negotiable, and not 5 years later or 10 years later or 20 years later. It should be negotiable on a yearly basis, if not sooner, as you bring in more money to the company. So it's just just little things, just standing your ground, and the best thing to do, artists, build your audience so you have leverage, so you could say I want to partner with you, not have you own 95% of what I'm putting out. We want to partner with you because I already built my fan base, I already making money without you. I just want to complement what I do with your company, and that gives you better leverage.
Absolutely. You're also a published writer. You've got they're called Shades of Blindness. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's out there, and we're revising the digital version, but yeah, the paperback is out there, and it's going to be drastically changed once we do the not drastically, but we're going to make it even better.
So they
when
can
we-
pick that up on Amazon.com. Is that right?
Yeah, yes. Yeah.
So
Hey.
I get that book quick as you can because, like Johnny was saying there, the revised version is coming
Yeah.
for Kindle and some other things, and so that paperback, just maybe worth something.
Oh yeah, definitely. All right, hey, we're gonna end the show because wow, and it was a fantastic show, and you guys have a fantastic weekend. Don't let the Yulin Khan or whatever the Khan creep into your house. And they found like one lady she went to South Africa. She came back with it, even though she was vaccinated. But they said no, she wasn't fully vaccinated with the third shot. Well, okay, keep telling me lies, and I'll sell you a ship or a piece of land in Antarctica. Or something
Absolutely.
like that.
Absolutely. Hey, one quick thing, Johnny, before we go.
Okay. All right.
When you do your Christmas shopping, go ahead and hit Amazon Smile, and that will help support Innervision FM immensely. Each one of the purchases that you make will kind of give Innervision FM, Innervision Records a 5% donation.
Yeah. Yes. And get those big items. Yes, definitely. Okay. Well,
Right.
Well, we'll see you guys next week, next Monday.
Next Monday it is.